So I've never used this piece of filmmaking equipment before, but I'm hooked. So this piece of equipment is a dolly, and more specifically, the one you're looking at that we used, the Super Pee-wee dolly from Chapman Leonard. Throughout my last decade of shooting and directing music videos, commercials, films, etc., I don't know if I've ever used a dolly before. Never really had the need to use it, especially because coming up, this type of equipment was very much out of budget, reach, and range. And I always operated the camera handheld, sticks, homemade PVC pipe dollies. And then quickly, once I moved to LA, I made friends that operated Steadicam. And so I always operated in the mindset of move quick. I like to move quick when I'm directing projects. I don't like to take a lot of time setting things up. And I just operate very quickly on set. So in a minute here, I'm going to roll a bunch of behind the scenes footage, and as that behind the scenes footage plays, you're gonna get to look at those various camera setups, lighting setups for the 2 music videos that we shot in one day. So these were 2 smaller budget videos, each, I'll be very honest with you, ranging about 5 to 6K. And because I really wanted to use a dolly for both of these videos, to rent the dolly on 2 separate days, it just would take us well beyond our budget. So I had to cram both of these 2 videos into one day, and we ended up making both of these videos happen in a typical 12-hour day. I just wanted with these videos to be a little more intentional with my camera movement, and I'll explain a lot of that once the behind the scenes starts rolling. I'll give little VOs and insights into what we're doing here and why we're doing it. Because I think with any project, you should go into it with intention. You should never go into a project as a director just blindly like, oh yeah, we're just gonna shoot a bunch of cool stuff and we'll put it together in the end. I think whether you're doing a music video, a film, or a commercial, you should go in with great intention of what you're trying to do and why you're trying to do it. You should never just shoot a shot because you think it looks cool. There should be a reason you're shooting it that way. From the camera placement, movement, lighting, everything should have a direct intention for the scene, the actors, and what the story you're trying to tell. So with that being said, let's get into the behind the scenes footage of these 2 Hunter Powell music videos that I directed. Roll the clips. Loading into our honeymoon film studio for the first shots of the day. First, we're gonna get the track set up because it takes a while to get set up, to be honest. Here you can see Julian attaching the tracks together through this kind of hook mechanism that they have. One of the important things that you need to do with any dolly is use these wooden wedges to level it out. Naturally, as you're going over carpet into different rooms, etc., it's gonna get a little unbalanced, and you use these wooden wedges to pit under the track to kind of level it out and make sure there's no bumps and that it's smooth sailing when you're dollying in and out. So here we're just kind of testing to see if it's all good and smooth, and yeah, if we need to make any adjustments before we move on and set up the camera.
Is it kind of maybe better if this doesn't have any diffusion, so it's kind of a little bit more tacked digital?
Throughout this, I'm gonna let some of the kind of raw dialogue and conversations on set play out so that you can hear those as if you were on set. There's no need for me to voice over what's happening. I'll just let you guys hear those conversations happen live.
A little more like, not
what do you have in?
Dream.
We just pull so we just pull it maybe, and then the other ones maybe go like heavy on diffusion,
or like cine soft,
half cine soft, so that it's like really a stark difference between the scenes.
Could be cool.
Okay.
And then this is 17:9. You probably want this to be 16:9, right? So.
Oh yeah, 16.
Because 17:9 is still gonna have some black bars.
Yeah, 69.
Cool. Do you want me to be at a 2.9 or 2.8? Cool.
Where's that speaker at too?
It's over there, charging.
This is where you're performing the song in the behind the scenes, but it's very subtle, sad, and then you have to put on a face for the cameras. You know what I mean? So. Don't perform for the camera where it's like all upbeat performing. It's like very like introspective, like just kind of saying the lyrics subtly. She's gonna be touching you up. You don't need to hit necessarily every lyric. Okay. So then Ben from over there, he's gonna come in, tap you on the shoulder, ready for set.
Ready, bro?
Boom.
Bop,
Cool, you
bop.
get up, follow him. Yeah, he'll.
So do you want him to
You should already have it like ready and prepped.
Okay, and do you want him to come directly to me? Or
Yeah. So like as he comes off, like then you can kind of just stand there, boom, throw it on, slip it on. Boom. Come this way. You're gonna stand on this red. So your chest, like give him a point. And then Tim, can we get it up a little bit so it feels like it's more eye level? But yeah, so this is a 44-second like take. So that's why that's the motion. Let's try and like rehearse it right now. Let's run through it.
back to one?
Getting sick up to my stomach with this feeling that won't go.
You need to be more over here, Tom, like you said. Let him cross. Because you need to slowly.
Stay on rhythm without any metronome.
Go ahead, go.
Fire staying burning.
Go back.
It don't matter if it's cold. When I talk to you in person, now you're talking on the phone. Easy to hold on grudges and it's harder to atone. My attention span is weakening more than I'm alone. I feel my brain with anything to keep it from us.
Yep. Yeah, so I think biggest note for you, Tom, is like on that.
Yeah, I'll just start here then.
Start here, and you slowly work your way this way, and slowly get wider, so that when he comes in and taps, and now we're in a wide shot to see all
Makes
that.
sense.
Cue music. Julia.
Getting sick up to my stomach with this feeling that won't go. Been going through the motions, stuck up in the ebb and flow. I try to stay on rhythm without any metronome.
In terms of lighting for the scene, we kind of went with this ugly house lights look to show this is kind of this behind the scenes moment. And then as we move closer to set and we're getting ready to shoot, in which we'll cut to that shot, we turn on the film lights and spark those lights, as you can see in this shot here.
My brain with anything to keep it from us.
Yeah, 11 seconds. So it's just like a slow 11-second pullback. And then right at the end, you can sense when that end is coming. I'll try and cue them, but like the camera flash, and just when the camera flashes, it's back to like just like deadpan face or whatever, walk off, start to act like you're taking your shirt off as you walk off.
Is that gonna be from this camera or the other camera?
No, from this.
Oh.
Are we not rolling though, right?
No, I just want to rehearse. Cue music!
They keep it from us. Falling is easy. Every all the things we know. Falling is easy. Easy on
So what's happening in this scene and why it feels so sped up and fast is because it is. Prior to the shoot, I sped up the song double time. And then while we were shooting, we're actually recording this scene in 48 frames a second. And so in post, it will accurately sync to the song and transition into the next clip. It's kind of hard to explain, but if you watch the final result on the final video, you'll get what I mean.
Yeah, and then he'll basically like, unbutton it, you take it off of him, then Hunter, I think you kind of open up this way. He'll come in after the shirt comes off, hand you the props, you're like, oh, okay, well, take the prop, she'll take the big goal in the scratcher, you take the bag, and then you lead them that way. Okay.
So Shorty, who gets this?
Asia?
But we'll dry rehearse it first to get the timing right.
You mean to unlock my phone with no passcode? Oh, you can just run it right there.
It is 27 seconds. So it definitely like, no need to like rush through it. So we'll give it a shot. So Ben, let's have further off. Yeah. Here we go, let's rehearse again. Cue music. Action, Hunter.
Beat on the bush, keep beat on that. Give me a blunt, give me a start, give me a shot.
Big premise of this video is kind of getting this behind the scenes handheld documentary style look of the scene being set up, and then it hard cuts into the actual scene being shot. That was really the premise of the video, is almost getting like this behind the scenes look of how this video is being made and then seeing the final result.
So we gotta slow it down a little bit, guys. Cue music! Now!
In terms of lighting, we didn't really have much budget for a Genie crew. I honestly brought out most of the gear that I owned personally, which is a bunch of different aperture lights, from a Aperture 1200D to Aperture Nova 300 and 600, a couple small Amarans, but that's pretty much all that we used on this shoot. Nothing too crazy.
Your energy and stuff was great, just a little sooner on the end moment, but that was good. Cool.
And then everyone's like kind of jockeying for position for a group photo. Do not look at the camera. Hunter is going to look at the camera and be staring into the camera, but everyone else is like
Looking at the camera.
yeah, looking, yeah.
So you're just gonna be right here, just like boom, boom, boom. Like, all right, let's get another one. Okay, good.
Practice, see whether line that up.
All right, can I get all my extras?
Okay, but just remember we have to like pan from him coming off the bed and everything. Okay.
So T, do you want me to give you a mini move that takes him from the bed to the Zolly mark, and then we'll start the Zolly?
Cue music!
It's so easy.
All right, guys, that's a wrap. It's gonna fall up.
Smile, come on!
Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
Okay, break 3, 2, 1.
So hopefully you guys enjoyed kind of that behind the scenes look into a production day with our team at Buff Nerds Media on our various, at our various film studios. And hopefully you took some information away from this. Again, that's my purpose behind doing these YouTube videos, is to provide the film community with as much value and information as possible. I think I'm in a unique position where I came up on YouTube doing these run and gun music videos and projects, and I've elevated beyond that. Not that I still don't do that or think that's low level. It's like I'll still do run and gun music videos to this day, but I do work on big productions, and I feel like I could give great insight through just all of the experiences I've had in my career being on set, whether it's a big film or a small music video or a big music video or a commercial. And so hopefully you guys can really take something away from these videos here on this channel and learn something. So if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing, hitting that bell notification so you don't miss a video when I upload. Drop a comment, a like. If you have any questions, I'm very responsive, whether it's on Instagram, YouTube, etc. So ask a question and I'll answer it. And yeah, if you want to see a deeper dive breakdown into this video, like a more cinematography breakdown, then click the link in the description below. I'll have something linked there where it's like a really cool raw behind the scenes breakdown of this day.